We all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before you all sit down, I'd like to just take a moment of silence. We have two events tonight. One is the remembrance of 9/11 that happened many years ago. But also we had a tragic incident where an individual who was a very iconic individual was assassinated today, Charlie Kirk, sorry. So if we could have a moment of silence for both.
A school shooting as well. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you all. Can I get a roll call?
Ms. Smith? Here. Mr. Mutner?
Here.
Mr. Rogan?
Here.
Supervisor Williams?
Here. Somebody like to make a motion on the reports?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the following reports. Code compliance for August 2025, code enforcement for August 2025, dog control officer for 2025, and ECI for August 2025. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We get a motion on the minutes?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the following minutes. Town board minutes for July 23rd, 2025, and town board minutes for August 13th, 2025. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who's gonna audit the bills tonight?
I'd like to make a motion to approve abstract number 16, dated August 29th, 2025, in the amount of $758,140.49. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have budget transfers tonight. The budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the insurance contractual and various medical buyout accounts for the year-end adjustments. We'll be decreasing the other contractual by $11, highway superintendent medical buyout by $4,500, and the hospital and medical insurance by $6,750. We will be increasing the unallocated insurance contractual by $11, the assessor's medical buyout by $2,250, personnel medical buyout by $2,250, code enforcement medical buyout by $4,500, and the town planner medical buyout by $2,250. I'll make a motion to approve 2025 budget transfer request number 21, effective September 10th, 2025. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I'll just move right along.
Yeah, Mary, keep it
Okay,
going.
so we have a senior trip request here for the Putnam Lake seniors. They'll be going to the Resort World Catskills on 10/9/25. They'll be using JTR Transit Company. The cost is $21 per person, and the net cost to the budget is $530. I'd like to make a motion to approve the senior trip scheduled for 10/9/25. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have a conference request here for the pre-hospital trauma life support for the, I think this is Robert Kearns, the EMS director. The date of this conference is October 25th, 2025, and the cost for this will be a total of $768.75. I'd like to make a motion to approve this the conference request for October 25th, 2025 in the amount of $768.75. So moved.
Second.
Just a discussion, this is just for 5 EMTs to travel to Poughkeepsie.
No, it was Newburgh.
Newburgh, yeah.
Same place.
8 hours of training.
Close enough.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I'll be taking Joe Esposito's agenda this evening. We have the Putnam Lake bulk pickup scheduled for 6 a.m. Saturday, October 18th. Note, please, if the truck passes your street and your items are not out, they will not come back. Your bulk items should be no more than 3 cubic yards, approximately 8 foot wide by 4 feet long and 2.5 feet high, or the size of 3 washing machines. Small items should be boxed, bundled, or bagged. Items accepted in bulk pickup which require a special permit are appliances, large furniture items, couches, mattresses, and stuffed chairs. I'm sure you can get this information on our website, but just a reminder for everyone to know that this is for garbage district number 1, Putnam Lake, bulk pickup, Saturday, October 18th. Okay. The next item is a resolution for sale of some auction items that we had for bid. We have a recommendation from Mr. Ed Foster of the surplus equipment. He recommends that we sell our old mower tractor that we replaced this year to the highest bidder. So I'll make a motion to approve this resolution and enter it into the record as though read for the 2005 New Holland tractor with attachments in the amount of $16,000, and the highest bidder was David Allburn from Seekonk, Massachusetts. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have building department refund request. The first one is from T. Weber Services Corporation. On July 22nd, 2025, payment in the amount of $406 was processed for building permit legalization of an HVAC system. The remaining $81 was to be applied to a building permit for the installation of a generator. $75 of what they're asking for the refund is non-refundable, so I ask that we approve refund to T. Weber Services Corporation in the amount of $6. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'd like to introduce a resolution to bring on a new park board member for Veterans Park Advisory Board. This would be finishing a unexpired seven-year term, which ends December 31st of 2026. I'd like to ask that the board approve this motion to bring Angela Moss on as a member of that park board. I'd like to ask that this resolution, if there's no objection, be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
With pleasure.
All set, Peter?
Yep.
Okay, next item is a resolution for the Justice Courts. Every year they apply through the Justice Court Assistance Program for grant funding for various improvements to the courts. This year they are trying to get some improvements in their lighting throughout the courts, as well as some additional file cabinets. The amount that they are seeking is just over $29,000. So without objection, I'll ask to make a motion on the resolution authorizing the application to be filed with the JCAP for the amount of $29,246, and ask that the resolution be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And next, hopefully everyone sees that there is a lot of work going on out in the parking lot for our EMS facilities. One item that came up is we need to purchase some concrete structures, vaults, and these are the places where all the electrical splicing, transformers and such go. So it's 3 different vaults. The total amount is 3,000.
It's one vault.
One vault? 60 by 60? Oh, and then
Three
the
different
pads and the
parts.
different elements. I'm sorry. Yeah, these are large concrete vaults from LHV Precast out of Kingston. The amount is $3,562.72. I'll make a motion we approve this request. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So tonight I am presenting the town board with the tentative budget for 2026. The 2026 tentative budget proposes overall a 3.74% increase in spending. Tapping into our unused credits, the budget remains under the allowable tax cap for the town. This budget year by far has been the most difficult tentative budget to prepare. I would like to highlight a number of issues that myself and our town controller have wrestled with while preparing the tentative budget. While our costs are increasing, revenues are static. We do not anticipate any significant increase in any of the revenue lines. Next year, we hope to see funding from the historic agreement that allows Putnam towns and villages to receive a small percentage of the county sales tax. However, those funds are restricted to local infrastructure projects and capital improvements. Due to a number of uncertainties with the program, those funds have not been included in this budget. Certainly, we are all feeling the pain of rising costs here in New York. Food prices are up, fuel is up, and our electric bills are through the roof. Our employees are feeling the impact of the rising costs, as do all New Yorkers. To try to keep pace, the tentative budget proposes a 3% increase in wages, which is keeping in line with the current rate of inflation. In their 1988 environmental impact statement, Watchtower agreed to keep the Patterson Inn Hotel as taxable property. This year, they have filed for exempt status for the property, reneging on a commitment they made to the town. We have challenged their choice, their decision, but we have no plan for the we have to plan for the worst in that the court will not support our position. As a result, there will be a loss of revenue of over $85,000 to the town budget. We have received notice from the state controller that in 2026, they will impose a 20% increase in our contribution rates for the New York State Retirement Fund. This alone is an $83,000 impact on the budget. We have all this year experienced a significant increase in our electric bills. Even so, earlier this year, NYSEG submitted to the Public Service Commission for a rate increase. NYSEG has asked for a 23.7% increase for residential electric and 17.2% increase for non-residential electric. Although the rate case has not been settled, we anticipate our electric and natural gas costs increasing next year by at least 11%. Garbage District Number 1, which is Putnam Lake, their contract is up in February of 2026, and they will need to contend with bidding for the services in a new contract. The current economic environment, with rising costs everywhere, creates an air of uncertainty for what we can expect with a new contract for garbage collection in the Putnam Lake area. So from here, the town board will have a number of already scheduled work sessions where they will meet with department heads and further adjust the budget before a public hearing on the budget, which is scheduled for October 8th. As always, I would like to recognize Patricia Brooks, Town Controller, for all the hard work that she puts into preparing the tentative budget. I look forward to meeting with the town board to continue discussions on the tentative budget as we move forward to consensus on a preliminary budget. And there you have it. Anybody have any questions?
Not at the moment.
I hope to have the budget up online tomorrow. Does that answer your question? Sir?
Do I have to stand up?
Yes, you do.
Okay, it's John Flavin, Cornwall Hill Road, Patterson. I just have a question. You mentioned, I think it was Jehovah's, they're reneging on a contractual commitment that they
Not a
made.
contractual, it was an environmental impact statement. It was a commitment they made while they were doing their environmental review, where the town was very concerned about the loss of taxable revenue from them taking such a massive area of our town off the tax rolls. And so they committed to leaving the Patterson Inn on the tax rolls. They actually committed to using it for housing while they were under construction, but then selling it to a private developer. Well, they opted not to sell it to a private developer. We can't force the sale. But they had continued to pay taxes on it since the mid-'80s. And this year they decided they're not going to do that anymore.
And how long were they supposed to pay taxes on it?
There was no end in it.
And do they give a moral reason as to why they justify that?
Because they're a religious organization not subject to taxation.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'll follow up on it.
Okay.
Or anybody can speak about anything, or just?
Not yet.
All right, just my first meeting.
No problem.
Yep. Does any town board member have any other business they wish to bring up at this time? Public recognition.
Ah,
I'm sorry, one
We
minute,
have-
1 minute. What?
Couple things.
Oh, yes, I forgot that.
Yeah.
All right. It is with deep regret that I Would like to notify the board of a resignation. One of our EMTs, Elizabeth Bogner, Beth, who has been with Patterson EMS for 7 years. I know Beth personally. She's a wonderful EMT. She's actually a paramedic and has been, a great asset to our EMT service. So, with regret, I will accept her resignation effective 9/15/2025 at the completion of her shifts.
Second.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Now is public recognition, sir. You would approach the mic, state your name and your address, and ask any questions that you may have or
Good evening,
comments.
Chris Muratori. I live at 15 Empire Drive in Putt Lake. The issue that I've been having is with code enforcement. I live across the street from these very, very bright lights. Think to yourself, Yankee Stadium at night kind of lights. I contacted code enforcement. They actually said, Lou Tanny, who's a great guy, and I don't want blowback on him at all, but it's got to get taken care of, said these are illegal lights. They're not just borderline illegal, they're illegal like a 10-year-old trying to buy liquor. Illegal, obviously illegal. And there's been no movement now for months. Initially, I was told that the homeowner would take care of it within a week, but it's months later, no movement. Every time I've tried to get some movement on this, I hear a different story. I went to the zoning board to see if some of these things I had heard were true. My understanding is once these are illegal, they have to come down, and they haven't come down. And they were on last night. So where do I go from here? I'm now at the town board. And the supervisor, I believe I sent some of you a email.
So you did send us an
Yes.
email, and I did discuss it with code enforcement. I had hoped that they would have gotten back to you on it. There was a couple of issues. I don't know if you remember or saw the email. One of the
No, I
questions that
haven't
was
been made aware of this one.
raised is potentially changing the code to require anyone in violation to remedy the violation. In other words, take the light down. And-
According to the zoning board, that's kind of built into the code. It doesn't
is-
need to be said. I mean, I thought it needed to be said, but
It is
please
not-
continue.
It is
I
not built into
apologize.
the code, and I would hope that our town attorney could expand on the fact that we are powerless without using our courts. It has to go to court, it has to be adjudicated. But even so, on a town court, town justices do not have an injunctive power. So with that, do you want to expand on that, or?
Yeah, so a town justice court can issue fines, but it doesn't have injunctive power to tell you you must remove something. Their remedy would be to continue fining a person until that person removed the item to not receive any additional fines. But in order to have a requirement that it is removed, we would have to amend our code to provide for that. In the alternative, you also as an individual always have private cause of action in nuisance if something rises to that level against your neighboring property owner, if it rises to that level where it's interfering with your life. That being said, I haven't received that. It might have gone to, it sounds like, because I sit with the zoning board, maybe it was the planning board that you
Maybe, it
attended?
was
and
the
maybe
other-
you know?
last week.
It was the planning board.
Okay.
Great.
So maybe Mike Liguori from my office had received those communications, but I
Well-
can certainly, we can certainly discuss the code provisions, and I can discuss with building what steps have been taken to
So
date.
one of the other issues that came up, and this has mostly been going back and forth between building and Andres. Andres Gill is our town prosecutor. So one of the other issues is it possible to use photographs that are date and time stamped showing the light? And in my non-legal opinion, I didn't see where that would be a problem. But I asked Lou to confirm that with Andres. And in that case, he would be able to take further action.
So
So the,
is that a yes or? That,
So he's
It's an
got
opinion.
It's an opinion.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
It's
So-
he's got to confirm it with the town prosecutor to make sure that he legally can use those photos.
So generally speaking, how photography works when it comes to introducing it as evidence is if Lou takes the photos, then he can acknowledge when the photos were taken and that it was an accurate depiction of what he saw at the time of the photograph. So you would still want a party there who can authenticate the photograph, whether that's Lou or if this gentleman wanted to testify in a proceeding, that could be him as well. But there would need to be a party to testify to authenticate it, but a photograph can be introduced into evidence.
And there you go.
so, yes,
So-
I do have photographs
Yes.
that have in the top corner time and date stamp that these lights were
Yeah.
indeed on at a particular time or what have you.
So I will follow up tomorrow with Lou because this was a conversation I had with him about a week ago. Disappointed that he didn't reach back out to you. But yeah, I think.
He might be working on it. Again,
And
no
he might-
blowback on Lou. He really is
No,
in
listen,
a difficult position.
Lou has been very, very good. A lot of people do not appreciate Lou because of his job.
Yes.
But, you know, he does try to do a reasonable job for the town and in a very fair manner.
Oh,
So,
I had a portable garage several years ago, and he came and said, look, you can't have it here. You can put it there. Long story short, he was great. And I took it down as per, he says, look, you got to take it down or, it's $175 to get a variance. And I said, well, it cost me $165, so I'll just take it down.
I got a couple of quick questions.
Sure.
I'm curious. So you said how many years have you been on Empire Drive? In this
Since
location?
2006.
Okay. And how about the neighbor that has the lights? How long have they lived there?
I don't know, but at least 5 years, probably as long as
You don't
I
have any relationship with them?
A relationship?
To
No.
like go talk to them and knock on the door and say, hey,
Oh, no,
I don't know
there's-
if you realize, but your lights are
There
really
is
bright.
animosity between myself, all the other neighbors, and him, which is why I avoid him and
Got it.
ignore him. That's my.
Okay.
That's the thing.
too bad.
That aside, that doesn't make the lights any more legal or less legal.
No, but I
Agreed.
a lot of things are solved by a simple conversation between neighbors and a handshake or a smile, and it seems it's embarrassing to have this kind of thing come up.
I agree.
That needs to be taken care of in this manner. It seems like a terrible, inefficient process and a waste of money when a lot of times people can just get along and they realize, hey, I'm doing something that's affecting my neighbors. So I'm not suggesting you're doing something wrong. I'm saying that it's just not what obviously I know Meg, who lives over in Putnam Lake, and Mary, these are the kind of things that you hope you solve by people talking to each other and getting, because Putnam Lake is such a stronghold of people
Good
working
people.
hard together to
Good
get along
people.
and to support each other. And so it's just disappointing. That's all.
For example, at the beginning of each summer, I go to all my neighbors, look, summer's here, I'm going to play some music. If it's ever too loud, just
Oh,
tell
you're
me.
the guy with the loud music.
All you have to do is say it's too loud and no questions
Or
asked,
change
I turn
the
it down.
station.
We're all neighbors and we all have to get along, but
Yeah,
You know-
but as you said, you don't talk to the neighbors, so you're throwing out something that says if my music is too loud, music that might violate the code, that people just need to come and talk to me. What if people don't feel comfortable coming and talking to you?
agreed.
So
Can I
it
ask
just
the
goes
question?
both ways.
Do
Yeah.
you know why
It's
they
just
have these
disappointing.
lights on? They're leaving them on all night?
Sometimes they're on all night,
It's
sometimes
so
they come
bright.
on and then go off. Sometimes they go on at 11 or midnight
So
and
they're
go off
motion
at dawn. Last night it was on for a short period of time. I have it on my tablet. I don't remember the exact time, but it was like 8, 9 o'clock.
Do they have
at
a
night.
dog that goes out?
They-
Maybe they're worried
Best
about?
of my knowledge,
or-
they do not currently have a dog.
And they're not they're just turning these big
mean-
bright lights on?
I have a dog. I have regular old motion sensor lights.
No, I know.
that-
I'm just wondering what would,
I mean, and when I tell you these are stadium light, they're
Yeah,
flat paneled, LED.
yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can buy lights any brighter
And it
short of
must
going to
cost,
Yankee Stadium.
it has to cost to leave them on all night.
I was gonna
Most
say, wait
people
till the
shut
NICEAG
everything
rate
down.
increase.
Yeah.
That little thing is just whirling around.
This doesn't make sense.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
they literally go through blackout curtains. You can see
Wow.
the shadow from like a car on my neighbor's house.
Wow.
My car on the neighbor's house. That's how my neighbors complained about it too. And
And none of the neighbors would be willing to walk over to this person's house and say, hey,
Yeah,
Enough
none
with
of,
the
none, of
lights.
the, none of the neighbors have a good relationship with this. The neighbor to my right and to my left do not have a good relationship with this
The
guy.
person across the street.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't want to be here. I don't want to,
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
you know.
Well, we appreciate that you took the time, and I'm not belittling your
No,
situation
not
in
at all. I
any way.
understand.
But it's just, it feels so disappointing in such a small community that,
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
here
a
in Putnam
conversation.
Lake, I show up here and I meet new people, see
Yeah.
old people that I've known, and
Yeah.
it's a great place to live. I love living in Putnam Lake. It's convenient. I don't drive in the snow, so if I need to go to the supermarket or liquor store or get Chinese food, I can walk. So,
Beautiful.
great community.
Yeah.
Good, and generally speaking, good people. But like condo groups and HOAs, there's always one.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. So, thank you all
Thank
for
you.
your
Thank you.
time.
Sorry
I
about
really
that, then.
appreciate it. And one last thing. I tried to sign up yesterday, day before, on the website with the get the email thing, and it kept returning an error of your email is not something. Error email with my email address. I don't know if there's a glitch in it, but I did try to sign up.
Okay,
Just as an
if you could
FYI.
call my office.
Tomorrow?
All right, Sue will take it tonight, and we'll try to figure out why your email isn't working.
Yeah, it just reject, you fill out the form and it just came back error not supported or something. So just a FYI. You want my information? Thank you guys very much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Meg Kearney, 213 Fairfield Drive. I just wanted to ask about Club Court Park, because the new park hasn't gone in yet. Is it going to wait until the spring, or is
No.
it going to be done in the fall?
It's gonna be done in the fall, it's gonna be done soon. We had somebody that was gonna take the equipment out for us, who is since backed out. So I just need to schedule some time with Dennis and the highway department to get it out.
Perfect, thank you.
Being as we're experts now at
Playgrounds.
putting playground equipment. Denise is ignoring us.
Hi, Gwen Doherty.
Oh, now she gets
They just put in my playground, so at the customer. And they're,
It only took, what, 6 weeks?
it. And it passed.
and then my husband had to come in
Just tweak it, yeah.
and tweak it. But it's all good now. Kids love it. It was a nice break.
Gwen Doherty, Ice Pond Road. So I'm a budget question. I wasn't fast enough to jump up here. I remember at a prior meeting, you had discussed that the municipality is part of a group that gets either group purchasing pricing or something like that. Is that correct?
You mean the highway department?
It was from what I recall, and again, I'm asking if this is correct, that you belong with like a group in Putnam County that bids together and does things like that together. Is that correct?
Not necessarily, no, not in
Okay.
Putnam County. So there are a couple of groups that we can piggyback purchases on. One is New York State OGS,
Okay.
and there are two other concerns that we use, which I'm drawing a blank on right now, but
Okay.
They're purchasing cooperatives essentially.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
For the budgeting process, I know there's working sessions coming up. Are those cooperatives going to be discussed relative to the budget line items that will actually be addressed through those purchasing cooperatives?
no, typically not.
Okay.
Typically, we only discuss the cooperatives when there's a specific purchase that we are looking at.
Okay.
And we will review the cooperatives to see, if we can get a reasonably good price. We may bid it out and then still go to the cooperatives.
So it's more for specific purchases?
Yes, it is.
Okay, very good. Thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Denise Sopramola, here representing the Patterson Library Board. And I just wanted to let you know, I only have two things since we are under renovation. But it's September and it's library card sign up month. So you can sign up for a library card and get a special welcome gift. And so just so you know, signing up for a library card doesn't mean they have to come in and reserve, borrow books from the library directly. We also have services like Libby, which a lot of people use on their phone. You can get books, audio books on the phone. You can also learn a language through Transparent. We also have Hoopla, which is a streaming service, and museum passes. So there's a lot that you can gain from the library, even if you don't like borrowing a book. But also, if you already have a card, you can enter our raffle for a chance to win a tote bag filled with books at each checkout visit. Any questions?
We have a great library. I use it all the time.
Great, happy customer. And my second thing is, so we are doing a program called Pavers for the Park. So we're inviting you to be part of our story. So I'm just going to read a little bit about it, and you can look at it here. So what we're doing is you can get an 8x16 engraved paver for $175 each, and you can add your name, share a favorite quote, celebrate someone you love, anything, and it will be a lasting part of our vibrant community space. And so now you ask, what are we doing with them? It's a tax-deductible gift for the custom engraved paver, and you'll help the Patterson Library bring more exciting events, new valuable resources, amazing opportunities for our communities, for everyone from toddlers to teens to grandparents. And you can pick up this form at the library. That's it on the back, but basically, I think you have to come in for it.
Oh, it's not online?
I don't know if it is online. I think they're just using the form. I don't think that it is online. You can check, of course, go to the Patterson Library website, but I believe that you have to order it through the form. Oh, and just so you know, for the fall orders, they have to be in by September 30th because we're doing group orders to make it cheaper, and the spring orders have to be in by March 31st.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Denise.
Mr. Major.
Good evening, Bruce Major, 166 Somerset Drive, Patterson. I just want to let you know that I understand Rich's point about how difficult this budget year is, and how I know how difficult it's been. He missed Meg's senior lunch yesterday.
Thank you for announcing that.
Okay? He did. And
And I apologize to Meg for it.
okay. I'm probably one of very few who actually have visited the budget meetings that you hold, and they're extremely interesting for any of you who would wish to attend. The next thing is, I'd like to read my letter that I sent the town board into the record. If those of you remember, at the last meeting, they appointed me to the ethics board. The following morning, I sent to the town board, the town attorney, the town clerk, a letter. It says, "Good morning, members of the town board. I would like to thank you for finally addressing one of your ethics board nominees by removing him from the board. However, I found it cute as I returned to my seat that you chose to name me to the ethics board. As you are aware, months ago, I laid out a pattern of events based on foil material as well as limited conversation with principals surrounding the replacement of stairs with the building of an expanded deck stairs at Councilwoman Smith's residence without proper permitting. Additionally, I had offered counsel to members of the town board as to the best approach to the HR report and its addendum in this matter. I believe based on the above, I must recuse myself in this matter as Councilwoman Smith and Supervisor Williams deserves fresh eyes going into this ethics inquiry. Further, I am aware that there is at least one member of the community who has submitted a letter of interest to join the ethics board. Might it be time to consider? As to the ethics board moving forward, and if my opinion matters, Supervisor Williams should relinquish being the point person for any needs of this ethics board in these matters, and that Deputy Supervisor Rogan should be contacted instead. As it seems, since you were hell-bent on having me on the ethics board, if you can choose to keep me, sure, and or name another and have me as an alternative for future cases when a conflict arises, or remove me for your attention and smile. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I make a comment or state a fact?
Go
I did
ahead.
have a permit for that work done on my house. And if you foiled that, you should have seen that permit.
All right, so I really don't want to get
I'll
into this
address
at
it
this
differently.
time. No. Does any other member of the public wish to be recognized that is sitting here tonight? If not, we'll turn to any member that is joining us by Zoom. If you would like to make any comments or ask any questions of the town board, if you would please unmute, state your name and address for the record, state your question or comment.
Hi, good evening, Stacy Dumont, Blue Hill Road. How are you?
Good, Stacy, how are you?
Good. I just have a follow-up question and a comment. The follow-up question is, had you gotten to see the Episcopal Church yet?
No.
Okay. And the other one is about the senior luncheon. I just had spoken to a person, I think who's involved in this, he's a senior involved in the luncheon, and we were just talking about budgeting, and he had asked, and he may have asked you too, if there could be a little bit more money in that budget, because they would like to do more than they do now. He said they used to do maybe 3 to 4 events. So I'm just passing that along.
Okay.
That might be the
Yeah,
Putnam Lake. with-
I'm sure it is. So we did receive a budget request for additional funding for seniors. So, and town board's going to consider that.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Good night. Anyone else? Entertain a motion to,
Go ahead.
It's Laura Russo, 89 Slater Road.
yes, Laura?
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Laura.
I just wanted to remind everybody that tomorrow night at Patterson Fire Department, there's a 9/11 memorial.
We were just going to get to that, Laura.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Thank you.
It's at 5 o'clock.
That's what she said, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Yep.
So, well, I guess you don't have to make the announcement.
No.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.